Right, I've come out tonight for a bit of a look because I'm running this buddy a little bit of a comp online, a bit of banter with the state of origin, with Queensland versus New South Wales with the bloody origin boar off, I call it, and bloody oath. I might make it a bloody annual thing, I think, because it's going pretty well. But I've come out because all the Blues supporters have been up me. They've been jamming some good pigs on the weekend. But I've come out with Ronathan and the girls, and we're on tonight. We're going to get something, I reckon. We're going to get something all right. Hopefully, anyway. Fingers crossed. But young Nick's come out for a bit of a bloody gallivant. How you going there, mate?
Mate, we've got to do some damage here, eh? We've got to put the Blues back in their place.
Bloody is. Anyway, I can almost taste the victory with the sows. Anyway, we got to do better than what I have been doing. But it's a nice still night. The air's, I don't know, it's really hard to explain because it's not super cold like it was earlier. Looks like there's going to be rain moving at about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I just have a feeling that we might just go all right. Anyway, we got no plan other than to drive where we can and walk when we need to. Anyway, let's get going. What do you reckon, Ronathan? Ronathan? It's very unusual for them not to be carrying on. That might mean they're already on here. Yep, we're on. We're on for sure. Righto, we're in the block and we're hunting. We're into it. Dogs are keen. I'm keen, Nick's keen. Hey, bloody hell. Anyway, I don't know. It's smelling high. Sort of, let's see what happens here. Big cane at the moment too, big cane. It's all laying over. It's shit. It's like a week off crush. They keep putting it back because of wet weather. But yes, I'll give you a bit of a look here what we've got to deal with. Ooh, bloody hell. Just had a pretty good jump. They're winding real high, whining. There's not a lot of breeze around. The temperature from here, like here to home, is worlds apart. Like it's a lot more humid and stiller here. But the dogs are sort of working around, but I feel like they're going to be the next block up. I don't reckon they're here. I reckon they're the next one up. Anyway, I might keep going, see what happens. You never know, I might go back in the cane here and have a bit of a look. The dogs just had another good jump, but I tell you what, they're struggling tonight because there's no wind. It's very still, and they're standing real high off the ute. And they're not running in the cane, they're just running up the rows and they're coming back, and they don't usually do that. They usually go in and have a look. So if we get a good jump, it's going to be straight on in. But it's not looking good so far. I think we might need to go for a bit of a walk, I think. It's just not happening. I think when we do get that one screaming jump, it's going to be the jump. Like that one jump is just going to, I'll just know because I just go gone. What are you doing? Oh. Well, those dogs just had a pretty good jump, and the first one they've actually run into the cane. So hopefully this is the one. Hopefully, bloody hell. Last few they've just been running up and down the headlands. I don't usually do that, so this might be the jump. Right, dogs are floating, so we're just going to get around here and try and block them up. Been winding really high when they jump. They're getting on the ground and they're losing it. And this jump, they really sent it. So I'm hoping this might be the jump where the action is. So we just get around here to block them up and put ourselves in a good position just in case something runs out. Oh, they're on point. Yep, they're both on point, so let's get up here.
They're in there, 390.
Let's get him. If they're bailing, it's a good one.
Good ball. Good girl.
Fucking, you beat me. I thought I was making good ground.
Hey, I might be big, but I can move.
Fuck me dead. They did really well then. Check Tony over.
Just check guts.
Tony, fuck,
Good.
I thought I was making good ground through there. I must have picked the wrong road to go up. Where did you come up straight down it?
No, mate, I run up a bit further, run about 30 metres up.
Fucking, he's a solid hog, very thin in the
He's
arse.
done it, he's been banging.
Yeah, he's staying there.
Look how thin he is in the arse. He's hairy.
Solid.
Like, he's like real narrow in the hip.
Yeah.
Oh, his bloody bag's been drained, no wonder.
Got nothing left.
He got,
One nut.
yeah. What's it, scarred, is it?
That is a scar.
Is it? Looks like a scar. He's only got one agate. Only one nut. He's scrubber. Good boy, Ron. Good boy.
Good boy.
Good boy. Oh, yeah. Put it there, buddy. Frank little fella. I thought he was, when I had him, he was, felt like a bigger pig, but then look at him in the guts here.
So he's
He
obviously,
got a sour track on him, man.
he's obviously come in after we...
No, I'd say we've been doing them blocks and he's just been lapping. But he could have come in. He heard it, like, because they jumped. We went through there earlier.
Yeah, I think he might have come in, I think.
Where's that rifle? Yep, barrel end. Safe. Yep. Oh, this. Look at that.
They're good hooks. Actually, I quite good hooks for the cane.
Oh yeah.
Fucking hell.
But they're that thick bore that I like. Good boy. Those real thick hooks. He'd only be like 60 kilo, but he's got the frame of like a...
100.
Yeah. Look at the ears. He's old scarred up boar. I wonder if he's been sickened. I wonder if he's been hit. I wonder if he's had been shot, because he's got the frame of a real good pig.
Certainly does.
Maybe not. He might be just a scrubber. Get him out and have a bit of a look.
Righto guys, well that turned into a pretty good jump, that bastard. We got a pretty handy boar out of that one, and as I said before, if we're going to get the jump when they're going to float like that, it's going to be the one that's going to be on. But he's actually pretty narrow. Like, I run in on the wrong end, and I run on his head, and I thought, oh, he's a good pig. And I run around him, I picked him up, and I thought, what the... He's real light in the arse end, so he'd been banging bulk, because there's all mob pigs around this area at the moment. It's that time of year, he'd been banging bulk. But he's only got one nut. We were just looking at it in the cane. He's only got one nut, so... But he's a good pig, got good hooks on him too. Bloody quite hairy too for a cane pig, so I'd say he's a bit of a scrubber. You dogs right, or good hooks? Anyway, Queensland are on. We're on the board. I don't think we're going to quite bring home the money, but we're definitely on the board. Again, I had the one that was 90 the other day, and this fella here, he's not going to go 90. I actually think he's going to go around that 65. But he definitely's got the frame of a 85, 90 kilo pig, but he's just so narrow in the hips. Like, I can feel it. He's like bony. Big frame, big hooks. He's definitely got that frame of that real scrubber, that real narrow at the hip sort of angled pig. They're real rank bastards. But look, he wasn't too bad, but I say he'd been a lot more fiery if he had a bit of condition on him, that's for sure. But anyway, we'll get him up, and you reckon we should weigh the bastard?
Curiosity's going to kill the cat if we don't, I think. I'd love to see what he weighs,
Yeah,
because of his frame.
He's such a big framed pig, but I don't think he's going to be real heavy, eh? 65, 70? I don't think he'll go 70.
I reckon he might nudge it.
He might, yeah, he could do. But Jesus, he'd have been a good pig, like a solid pig. Like if he was that frame all the way through, he'd be 80 all day. Solid hooks, but eh?
Especially for a cane pig.
Cane pig, yeah.
Still sharp too on that other side.
Yeah, it's quite sharp in here. It's pretty round in the cane, eh? You don't get a lot of hooks because they either snap off or they rot out. And that's why we're thinking that he hasn't been in the cane long, because it's probably only take him 6, 12 months, eh? And they all go rotten.
Yep.
but he's quite a long-toed animal. Like he's quite like he hasn't been walking a lot of hard ground because his toenails are actually, his trotters are really long. So it's like he's been living in the wet for a long time that hasn't been wearing down. So it makes me think he's come out of the mangrove swamps because he's just not walking on hard ground wearing his trotters down and making him look like a sow track. Like I know it's only a small, it's not like a record-breaking pig or anything, but it's just good to examine the pigs, like how hairy it is. Look at the ears on him, like, well, their ears have seen some damage. And it just gives you a bloody understanding of where they're coming from, what they're used to, because he's hairy, eh?
Real short tail too.
Yeah. He could have come out of the forestry way away, you know. The forestry as a crow flies would probably, what, be 5-6k?
Very possible.
10k? Wouldn't be hard for him to travel that far. Righto, let's weigh this bastard. Bloody earth. I don't know if you guys ever get it, but when I run in to grab him, I'm trying to get my knife out. I'm pulling it, because last time I put it in all bloody, I didn't bloody give it a wipe or a wash. I'm trying to pull, I don't know, it happens a fair bit actually. I probably get a bit lazy and don't wipe my knife up too much, but I'm bloody pulling it and I end up having to, yeah. I don't know if you guys get that, but I do. How you going, mate? 65, 70. What do you reckon, mate?
I reckon just over 70.
I know.
Good surprise.
That hook ripping in. $65, I thought so. Big frame pig, eh? But he's a big frame pig, but
See how drawn out he is there.
yeah, so drawn out, look, sunken in here. Oh well, we're on the board. Look, no excuses. He's only 64 kilos, 65, whatever he was. But look, we're on the board. He is quite sunken out. We'll keep going. We'll see how we go. We might just do another block on the way out and see how we go, so we can't get on the board again. But anyway, at least we're out here. At least we're having a go. At least we're bloody having a chop. That's the main thing, isn't it? Getting out and getting nasty.
Righto. The old Queensland pig draggers come in handy for all sorts of bloody things. Some bloody oath.
Well, that's him there. He bloody good pig. That's that jump we were talking about earlier. That's that how the dogs were acting. They were scenting really high on the ute. They were like almost jumping for the scent, and when they jump off, they'd lose it. They'd run up, and it's unlike them dogs to run up and then run back to the ute. And they finally did have a jump, and they just sent her up into the cane. And well, was it a couple of minutes, and it was 700-800 meters. From, yeah, they just gone. We managed to get up and, well, we tried to block him up, but he'd already beat us in, and the dogs had got him by that point. But as I said, that one jump, as soon as we got that one jump, we both actually said, yeah, that's the jump. We're on, because they just floated and just gone. They just run straight up the row, straight over, and yeah, on. They're the jumps I like. Bloody hell. Right, dogs just had a real good jump. They're just working this barley. They're just running around the open of this barley here, and they're sort of going in and out of the cane too, so that's a good jump. Oh yeah, they're on here. I can just heard it hit up. Righto guys, we've done a bit of a lap of the farm and went over to another farm and checked it out, and we got blown pretty hard. So we're going to call it quits for tonight. We got that one handy boar and we got blown well, so we missed a good one and got a half alright one. So anyway guys, bloody oath, up the Queenslanders, and hopefully we can get into another one before the bloody Origin's out. Bloody oath.